Hello, welcome to my home. My name's Lisa, and we're ready to do another video. So today on the agenda is, I thought I would share, I participated last year and this year in 12 by 12. So I thought I would share with you what I did on 12/31/23. And I thought I would share with you what I finished and what I'm still working on. And then I thought I would also talk about what I did this year, or December 31st, 24, which was technically last year. Isn't it weird when you're just at the beginning of a new year and it's just like you don't know what year you're talking about? Anyway, so I thought I would share those things with you. I have had so much fun doing these 12 by 12, and I don't know if it's up your alley, if it's something you would enjoy doing or not, but I've really had a really good time doing it. I don't find it hard at all. Now this year I didn't do like every minute of the hour. I think I did the first year. I mean, I was diligent. I mean, if I had to get up to go to the restroom or whatever, it was just boom, boom, back to business. I was working like it was my job, or stitching like it was my job. And now this year I was a little bit more laid back. I had had a migraine the day before. Now getting my stuff kitted up was no joke, because of course I waited to the last minute. I had had a plan in my mind what I wanted to do, but to actually get it together, I waited to the last minute, of course. And I thought, oh, I'll just get up in the morning and finish it. So I finally was feeling good enough to get up and off the couch and get my stuff together. And then it was like 11:30 p.m. and I thought, okay, I'll get up in the morning because I don't have to start stitching until noon. And so I thought, I had all these grand plans. I thought, I'll get up and I'll finish kitting the last 3 things. And then I will go ahead and I'm going to make a cake, for later on, so that we have a nice dessert. And oh yeah, I had all these big plans. That didn't happen. And so I had to stretch out one of my projects. I had I'll share with you when I'll talk more about that when I show the actual project, but it was very small things that I plan on making into ornaments. And so, but I stretched that out, I mean, to 7 projects, and that wasn't my intention. My intention was it just to be considered 1 or 2 of my starts. And since I didn't finish kitting up my things and getting ready, I had to just stretch that one out. But I figure, it's my game that I'm playing, so it's not like I have to follow the rules. It's my game, so I mean, I didn't create it. Someone else created it. I'm just following along, but there's no cross-stitch police that I know of. I mean, if there is, I hope they don't know where I live. Okay, so do I start with last year's or do I start with this year's? I just did a finish parade of things that I've done in 2024, and so it's uploading now. So I feel like some of the stuff I just shared, but hopefully it won't be too boring for you. Okay, so out of the 12 things I started on New Year's Eve 2023, I started, of course, 12 things, and I finished 8 out of the 12. Now, I didn't do um, all of the projects to be huge just because I didn't think that I would possibly be able to finish all of them that way. And my goal was to try to finish them all, but that didn't happen. But that's okay. I was happy with the fact that I was able to get 8 out of the 12 done. Um, Now, one of them was Parson Brown, and he was supposed to be he was in my my finish count that I did on my last video. But I think he's in where I store my Christmas decorations. And so I have him with some of my snowman things. I didn't put snowmen out this year for my Christmas decorations. I planned on saving them for like winter decorations for after Christmas. And I'm pretty sure he's in there. If not, I don't know where he is. But he was super cute, Parson Brown. Okay, so, all right, let's get going here. Okay, so one of the things I started and finished was Autumn Doodles by Heart and Hand. And I started and finished the crock from Pinker and Pumpkin, made it into a pillow. I did some of the pillows from a Hive Rules booklet. Just did some big stitching around the edge. Be Sweet Like Honey. And then Welcome to the Hive. Okay, and then I already went out of order, but that's okay. I started Yuletide Delivery, which is by Plum Street. It's Mrs. Claus with a really big reindeer, but it's white. I thought that would be really fun. So I used a darker color fabric because I wanted my white deer to really show up better. So this is how far I am on that piece. I think this is on 36 count fabrics by Stephanie, and it's called Driftwood. One of the few things that I actually know the fabric that I used. Because there's a real pretty green modeling that goes through it, and so it's very distinctive. Okay. I also started Every Opening Flower by Brenda Gervais. And I've never been real excited about the colors that I picked for this. And I don't know if it's necessarily the colors I picked or if it's the fact that this fabric has, oh, I think I just knocked my needle out on the floor. And I'm barefoot, so that, let me grab it, I see it. And it was sticking straight up in my carpet. That would have been fun. Would have had to learn to edit if I said something inappropriate. Anyhow, so this is how far I've come on Every Opening Flower. I started up here on the border. And I kind of, like I said, I wasn't excited about the green I chose. It's not my normal green. It's more of an emerald green than I normally ever use. And so I just wasn't sure about it, but I thought, oh, it's good enough. Just keep going. But now I'm just not excited about the project. And I think it's one of the most pretty designs that I've ever seen. And I'm just kind of sad that I'm not excited about my colors. I should have just gone with Brenda's colors. But I usually try to just go with what's in my stash. And anyway, so I've been trying to pluck away at it a little bit at a time. But like I said, I'm just not sold on the colors that I picked. But I kind of feel like I'm as far as I am now. I might as well just keep going. Okay, I worked on Channing Street, or started it. Love this piece. I'm doing a lot of the called for, although some of them I have switched into different areas. Like I think I'm using one of the called for colors in the piece, but I used it for my house, so it's going to be more of a pink house than is charted. It's more of a red house or a darker pink. Anyway, I'm loving this one. I should have ironed it so it looked prettier, but loving this piece. Those little chickens and those berry bowls. I mean, does it get any better than that? I don't think so. She did a wonderful job designing this one. So this is on a beautiful piece of fabric that I'm not sure what it is. I apologize. I wish I knew. And I should know because I purchased it. It's not like it's one that was just gifted to me. I purchased it, so I should have written it down. Anyhow. Okay, and then, like I said, I did Parson Brown. And then I did, I started all of the Seasons of the Heart by Brenda Gervais. And I was able to get the spring one done. And I put it away already, so I'm not going to go up and get that one. But I didn't have these because they were still out in my basket, so I will show. I did finish the spring one here, and it's already framed and has been on display. I just have them all on the same piece of fabric. And I was able to finish the summer one. And the autumn one is all finished. And then I'm working on my winter one. It's the only one I have to finish. And I had started with the house, but I wasn't excited about the color that I picked. And so I actually unpicked it. Who would have thought? Because this is on, I think, 40 count. Anyway, I'm loving the way it's turning out. I wanted to stitch on it a little bit the other night, and so I decided to do a red door. Hopefully that goes with whatever color scheme I decide to do for the house. Sometimes I don't know how my brain is working. Okay, so I think those... Let me look here. Oh, and then there was one more. It was Spring Moon. Sorry, I know that's so uncouth to be like pulling my bra straps up, but oh. Anyway, I also did Spring Moon, which was by Plum Street Samplers. It was one that I hadn't even kitted up. But I was running out of things because I don't have a huge stash. If you've watched my finish parade, a lot of my stuff is freebies. I don't want to say I don't spend a lot of money on my hobby, because I do. But a lot of it is at the thrift store. I don't know. Let me just put it this way. It's rare for me to go to my cross-stitch store and spend $30 on a piece of fabric. It's very rare. I mean, I do it occasionally, maybe once or twice a year. And whatever I put on that fabric, I mean, I'm inching out every inch of that fabric. I mean, if you've looked at some of my projects before and saw like the 1-inch border around the edge. I mean, I use up all my fabric. So, and a lot of it's been gifted to me. So I often use DMC. I very rarely go and buy the fancy floss just because, I mean, I'm not working right now, so I can't really justify it. So, where was I going with this? Oh, Spring Moon. So I didn't have much in my stash. So I was trying to come up with 12 projects. And so I knew I had bought the fabric and the chart as an exclusive, I think from like Hobby House or someplace like that. And so I hadn't purchased all of the threads yet. And I knew I wanted to use some of the fancy floss because I know there was some big chunks of stitching, and I knew the fancy floss would really make it special. But I hadn't gotten to the store to do that. So all I had was what I was going to do, the moon. And so I don't even think I've worked on that. I mean, I think I've worked a little bit on the moon, but I mean, I've done almost nothing on that one just because there's nowhere to go until I decide what I'm doing with my fabric. Well, that was kind of a long blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so let me look at my list here, make sure I showed everything. So Autumn Doodles, The Croc, Yuletide Delivery, Channing Street, Seasons of the Heart, Parson Brown, Spring Moon, and then the 3 from the Hive booklet, so from Primrose Cottage. So that was my 2023 12 by 12. So, and like I said, I participated again this year in 24. And so let me see. Let's see. So like I said, I had to, since I didn't get enough things kitted, I had to kind of stretch this one out over 7 projects. So, I mean, it's a little bit cheesy, but that's okay. My plan, I have blue toile curtains in my kitchen and dining room. And I have blue dishes that we use every day. But other than that, I don't really have any set color. I guess my rugs have blue on it. But anyway, I just put up a cute little, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 inch foot tree out in my kitchen this year. And so I thought it would be cute. I had found these at the thrift store. They're like little tart pans. There's 7 of them in this set, and I spent 50 cents on them. And so I thought there's already a little hole drilled in the edge. And so I thought, well, if I spray painted these black or like a rusty color, they'd be cute with little stitched ornaments in it. So that was my inspiration, is for my tree next year. And I ran across this design, and I'll have to put the specifics down in the in the description box below, because I don't remember the name of the person who did this design. It was a freebie chart. I'm going to have to move you a little bit. My light from my window is kind of blowing me out a little. Okay, so I kind of figured out the size, if I use this fabric, if it would fit pretty good in these little tarts, and I think it will. And so it's going to be kind of hard to visualize what it is, but they're little, that's upside down. They're little spools, and it's intended to be like a tree shape. There's like, I think, 4 spools at the bottom with a spool as the trunk of the tree, and then the spools are all set on top of each other. And I decided to do each little spool individually. And so I'm just using 2 shades of blue. And there's 4 shades that go in the little spool part of the design. Now, I'm not real sure. I will finish this one with all of those colors. It's supposed to have like a highlight in the spool. I don't know that my colors that I chose are blending good enough, so I think I might just do 1 shade of brown for the spool. But anyway, that's to be determined. But in the hour that I had to stitch, I just got them started. So now some of the stitching, like I think this one, I think I'm almost done. I think this one is, the center is done. I think even that one is. Now these I think were like when I had to cook dinner. Sorry, my camera's not focusing. So anyway, I was able to get all 7 of them started. And I think it's going to be super pretty. And I'm excited to have some new Christmas stuff. Like when I did my decorating this year, every year I try to move stuff into a different spot. But, you know, I don't have that many rooms in my house. So it's like, there's limits to how many places you can move stuff around before you've done it all. And so I decided I need to create some new, things to decorate with. And so I've got a new plan for my tree in my living room. It's a pencil tree. And so I think I'm going to try to make it a swan tree this coming year. All in neutrals. And I thought I would do a new quilt to go on the wall behind it in just like brown and taupes and creams. And just for something different. Because I love swans. And I already have my swan tray that's in blues. I thought I could put that behind my couch. So anyway, I'm trying to get some new ideas for this Christmas coming up. And so, but I found if I don't do it early on in the year, there's no way I'm going to actually accomplish anything, because the closer it gets to the holidays, the less time you have. So, all right. So this was supposed to be a start that I was going to do in honor of my mom and dad, and it was going to be around the 17th through the 19th of December. My dad passed away on the 17th of December 13 years ago, and my mom passed away, or my mom's birthday is on December 19th. She passed away, I think this year coming will be 5 years. It doesn't seem like it could possibly be that long. But I've had this chart, Remember Me by Teresa Kogut, and anyway, I thought, well, that would be good to do in honor of them. And my plan was, like I said, to stitch it, or to start it on those days. But I didn't get it done. I didn't have it kitted in time. And so I'm actually aware of what fabric I used, because I purchased this one. It's 40 count R&R Patriots Brew. And I just picked the DMC. If I had the color that she called for, I used it for the most part. My plan is to use the called for, but now if I didn't have it, I just picked something else close. And I love the idea that Christy from Crosshatch Quilts had to change the pink flowers in the project to blues. And so she just picked 3 shades of blues. She picked Fancy Floss, but I just picked DMC. But I also picked a couple of the, or I did one of the reds, 3830, because I thought I might do a few of the flowers in pink. So anyway, all I was able to get done in the corner is just the outline of 3 petals and that little doodad in the corner. But I think it's going to be pretty. I was excited to work on it again, but I wanted to do a video showing what I was able to get done in that time frame before I worked on it again. So now I can start working on it. Let's see. Now this one, I'm not sure where my paper's at. I decided to do a Prairie School or Santa. And so, like I said, I don't know where my chart is. It must be out in the living room. But I'm doing the one that has the sheep behind him. I think it's 2019. So I was just able to do a little bit of the sheep's butt. And I'm just doing DMC. And this was supposed to be my birthday start in December. Let It Snow by Brenda Gervais. And I actually had this one kitted, but I didn't get it started. So I was able to get it and snow on the actual evening. And then I worked on it a little bit the other night while we were watching a movie, and I worked on the stand of the cloche. And I'm just using DMC. And I just picked my own colors on that. And then the last one is Handwork, Quaker Handiwork. Handiwork by Brenda Gervais. I had seen somebody, and I'll try to link it. Not link, because I don't know how to do that. I'll try to put their Instagram account down in the description box also for this, because I tape on my phone and I can't show you anything because I'm taping on my phone. But they had done it in blues and like blues and greens, and I wanted it to be blue and green and taupe. And so this is the top corner. I was able to get quite a bit done on this part. Just the top corner. So this one, it's done in like reds, greens, and taupes. But I like the idea of blue. Like I said, my dining room and kitchen have blue in it. And I thought, well, I'll try to make some new stuff for in there. So anyway, so that was my 12 by 12. I'm excited to start them. Hopefully I'm able to finish the ones from last year and the ones from just recent. So wish me luck. If you participated in it, leave a comment below. Let me know what your plan was. I know some people just do like 4 whips, you know, one per just, there's different ways of doing it. It's just basically just to start stitching and kind of challenge yourself. So everybody had different ideas. Some people did whips, and I had toyed with the idea of doing that. But then I just kind of forgot about that and just started stitching all of those spools. So I could have worked on the ones that I didn't get done from last time, but anyway, I'm just rambling now. I thank you for joining me. I hope this was kind of fun for you to see. I enjoy listening to FlossTube while I stitch. So I hope you were able to get something done while you were listening to me rattle on. Thanks for all the nice comments you always leave on my channel. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day. And I hope you get to stitch this weekend or create or do something fun that makes you smile. So thanks for joining me. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.